He knew his parents fought, but he didn't know how bad it was until his mom left. Josh Spaulding's life turned around, and his father couldn't take care of him. He was sent off to an orphanage where everybody thought he was crazy, and all his friends were gone. 6 years later, nothing had changed, except that he could understand the ghosts. Josh got out of bed and rushed quickly to the door, hoping to escape the inevitable torment from his fellow orphans. The floor let out an eerie squeak as he attempted to sneak across it. And as if on cue, quiet sneakers and barely an audible whisper sprung up all over the room. Josh rushes out of the room and down the dining hall, where even more torment awaited. He grabbed his breakfast and continued his pursuit of the only place where he felt at home in the broken-down children's home, the attic. He climbed up the ladder as quickly and quietly as he could, making sure nobody saw where he was going. He pulled himself up onto the hardwood floor and closed the hatch with as little noise as possible. Ever since he discovered the attic, Josh had made many improvements on its original state. He had brought up a chair and a small desk where he would sit and draw or read. He had cleaned out the dead bugs and the rodents, and even had a small light to accompany the large window. Josh spent most of his time in the attic, the one place he could escape the torments of the other children. He would spend hours playing with his imaginary friends. He swore he could hear them, but when he tried to tell the other children about it, they just made fun of him, calling him a crazy psychopath. Josh was mindlessly playing with half of a toy that his mom had given him. He used to have the whole thing until one Halloween, his first at the orphanage. He didn't know who broke it, but no one seemed to fess up. As he fiddled with the remaining half of the multicolored top, he heard a distant, whispery voice. He called out, but no answer came.
I know.
What?
I know where she is.
Wait, what about my mother? Can you tell me where she is?
Not now.
Wait, don't go, no!
How did the ghost know about his mom? Had they always known? What else did they know? And most of all, where was his mom? Josh sat and thought for a while about this, but soon enough he noticed other things the ghost might have had impact on. He remembered the toy that had been broken, the things that were stolen from him. It was all the ghost trying to talk to him and get him to notice him. He didn't know why he could understand them now, but he was sure of one thing. They'd been trying to tell him since his mom left they knew where she was. And the weirdest part was, he couldn't remember the ghost before she left. Everything seemed to change from then on. He noticed the ghosts more and more, and the more he heard them, the closer he thought they got telling him, the more they seemed to fade away. One night, the night before adoption day, Josh tried unsuccessfully to fall asleep in his rickety old bed. The ghost whispered to him yet again.
The newspaper.
What?
Read it.
But it doesn't come until tomorrow morning.
It came at 4 o'clock in the morning, so his only chance to get it was to sneak out in the morning and steal it. But why, in the first place, did the ghost want him to know about the newspaper? It couldn't possibly tell him where he was, or could it? He made up his mind. He would sneak out and get it. Josh woke up at 4:16 and wiped the sleep out of his eyes. He crept across the rickety floor and prayed to God that no one would hear him. And no one did. He slithered down the stairs and saw in the mirror what he feared most. Mrs. Martha making a cup of early morning tea. He gagged, fear controlling him. He was frozen. Just as quickly as she appeared, Mrs. Martha disappeared back to her room and he was off again. He quickly jumped through the window and landed feet first on the pavement. There it was. A faint white bundle lying in the road that could just be seen by the light of the moon. He raced over and grabbed it, then proceeded to the attic. Once there, he unfolded the paper and brushed his fingers across the front page article. Hilary Spaulding found dead.